Hey math kids, today we're going to be talking about volume, and we're in chapter 6, section C, and we are going to start with example 5. So it says find the volume of the cylinder, and once again I apologize for my drawing skills. So from here to here is 36 millimeters. From here to here is 45 millimeters. And the volume is the area of a cross-section times the length. So we're going to say pi r squared because that's the area of the circle, which is the bottom, or a cross-section, and then we multiply that by the height. Okay, so this one's pretty straightforward. We just plug some stuff in. So our radius is going to be half of this. So we're just going to plug in 18. And then h is our height, and so that is 45. And if we plug all of that in to a calculator, we get 45,800 millimeters cubed. Okay, now moving on to part B. All right, hopefully you get the point of what's going on there. That's really bad. Okay, so we have this solid, and this is 10 centimeters. That doesn't look like centimeters. There we go. And then this is 30 centimeters. And then this is 12 centimeters. So once again, a cross-section of this would be just a triangle. And so it's the cross-section times by the length, or whatever, the height. And so we want to have 1/2 base times height for this triangle. And then we're going to multiply it by the length. So I'm going to call this L. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is create a right triangle. So since this is isosceles, we can drop down right in the middle. And that creates a right triangle right here. And we can use Pythagorean Theorem. So we know the hypotenuse, so the C is 10. And we know one of the legs. So if we just solve for A, that will be our height, which we can put in here. We already know our base, which is this 12 right here. Okay. Now, so this will be 144 equals 100. A squared minus 144. Whoops, I messed that up. This was supposed to be 6, because it's only half of the 12. Okay, so that's a 6, so 6 squared is 36. Sorry about that. Subtract 36, subtract 36. So it's going to be 64. So a squared equals 64. So we square root a equals 8. Okay. So a is 8, which is actually our h. And now we just plug things into that formula we set up. So we have 1/2 the base, which is 12, and then the height, which is 8, and then our length, which is 30. Plug all of that into a calculator, and we get 1,440 centimeters squared, or cubed, sorry, we're doing volume, cubed. Okay, moving on to example 6. Find to 3 significant figures the radius of a cylinder with height equal to 3.9 and volume equal to 54.03 centimeters cubed. And that was also centimeters. Okay, so we have a cylinder draw our picture. There's some radius in centimeters. And then we have 3.9 centimeter height, and we know the volume. So the volume is pi r squared times height. We know the volume is 54.03. We don't know the radius, but we know the height is 3.9. So we want to solve for r. So we're going to divide by 3.9 pi, because we want to cancel both those. 3.9 pi. So we have 54.03 over 3.9 pi equals r squared. And then we just square root both sides, plug it into a calculator, and we get 2.10. And that's everything for this video. If you need additional help, please come to MathLab. Calculator.